Hello, hello. I am Super Orange Cat, and I have some pretty bad news to bring to you. About an hour or so ago, Toonami made an announcement on their Facebook page announcing that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, a show which I had speculated was interesting that we hadn't had much information about its dubbing, has announced that it will be immediately pulled from the schedule and replaced by an Adult Swim show entitled Ballmastrz 9009. Now, and it's because of this current situation that we're in the world right now. Basically, we have run out of episodes to be dubbed. We've not been given that much information about JoJo Golden Wind, not as much as we've had for Funimation shows like My Hero Academia. They've been, well, relatively speaking, more forthcoming. And the same thing to a degree with Black Clover as well. But we were kind of left in the dark about JoJo Golden Wind, and we just learned today that they are out of dubbed episodes. So, for sake of fairness, I'm going to read out the exact wording of the announcement that Toonami gave out. So, we're sorry to say that starting this coming Saturday, we'll have to press pause on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure for a bit. There have been blank-related delays with getting us the dub. However, we have a consolation prize we think you might enjoy. We're happy to announce that Christy Caracas' anime homage series Ballmastrz 9009 will make its Toonami debut this Saturday at 2 a.m. Christy is a huge anime fan, and it shows in this gorgeously animated series. We're going to be starting with Season 1, Episode 1. See if you can spot all the references, full schedule below. And that full schedule is simply the schedule we've been having with Ballmastrz placed in with Golden Wind should be at 2 in the morning. So it's My Hero Academia, Paranoia Agent, Mob Psycho, Black Clover, Ballmastrz, and then Shippuden. So, and about Ballmastrz, if you haven't watched it, it's definitely the type of show I would say is the type you'll only see on Adult Swim. And yes, it is chock full of anime references. In fact, they had a clip go viral from last season, which they paid homage to the torture dance scene from Golden Wind. And again, I mean, it's just like, and it is definitely, in my opinion, a mix of throwing together anime tropes alongside Super Jail, a show which I loved when it was on Adult Swim like a decade ago. And that really shows because Christy Caracas, the creator, was, I believe, a head creative director of Super Jail. And it's a decent show. But again, on the whole scale, and this is going to be interesting, it's going to stretch the definition of what exactly a Toonami show is. We had this discussion back with Genlock last year. It's like, is it specifically anime? Can anime-inspired things be in it? Ultimately, I'm a bit more loose with that definition. I believe definitely American shows. We've had plenty of American animated shows be on Toonami in the past, although far more frequently with the Cartoon Network Toonami rather than the Toonami, the Adult Swim Toonami. Only ones I could think of only one I could think of right off the top of my bat outside of Genlock was when they had Symbiotic Titan for a while. And I believe they had the 2011 Thundercats briefly on the Adult Swim Toonami. And it's going to be interesting to see how that stretches the definition of things. When Ballmastrz aired post Toonami, it would always rate below a .10, which is an ugly number to get. And I wonder if that will be any better slightly earlier in the night at 2 in the morning instead of like 4 in the morning. And that's just a big question. And more about JoJo's dub being canceled. I guess they're playing it week to week because it's Wednesday right now. If this was something where they knew a long ways away we wouldn't get it, they would have made this announcement at least a couple days earlier. Or at the very least, I think they spent a couple days just filing through the Adult Swim archives for shows which they can feasibly air here. And like I've mentioned multiple times, like we're high overdue for that obligatory Cowboy Bebop rerun, which we've surprisingly not had for 2 years at this point, on the block. But again, that's something they're going to ultimately have to devolve into, but, and again, and this is one more interesting thing I want to point out here is just the fact that Shippuden is being placed after the show. It's not like, oh, we'll just stuff this into the block. They are just straight doing a plug, which kind of implies this is only going to be like a 1 week thing or maybe a 2 week thing. But at the same time, I mean, that's just disrespect to Shippuden right there. Like, I know a lot of people, even Shippuden fans, be like, "Oh, it's all right. We kind of expect it to be this late in the night. We understand it's just there to kind of fill out the block in a way because even though it's technically a TV new episode, it's stuff that's been on Crunchyroll for like 4 or 5 years at this point, so it's not really new. But again, I digress. Pretty bad news for Toonami here. And right now, it just really feels like it's on the pseudo life support because, yeah, My Hero Academia, this next Saturday will be a rerun, but after that, hopefully, we'll have 2 more new episodes before the end of the season. Paranoia Agent, which is basically a rerun, Mob Psycho, which is a rerun, Black Clover, which is actually new, Ballmastrz, and they said here it's starting with season 1, episode 1, that's rerun. I guess they'll have to double it up because they're 15-minute episodes, but I guess. But then you have Shipping at 2:30. Right now, we are in an era of Toonami where there's exactly one new show on the block. That's just, it's like, tell people like two or so years ago, like, oh, when Toonami was like 10, it was 5 hours, was 7 hours long and had like 10 or 11 premieres, that, yeah, there's gonna be a time in only 2 years in the 2, 3 years in the future where there's only gonna be one premiere and it's Black Clover. And it's just like, I mean, this is just crazy, man. And I'm looking online the reception. It's a mix between like understanding and just negativity, and that's what you would come to expect in this situation. Tanami has really been grabbed by the vice here. It's not in a good position, but in a way, it's kind of a position they'll have to be in and have to be in at least for the short term foreseeable future, considering virtually all dubbing studios are still closed, and those who are doing dubbing work are doing dubbing at home, which is a slower process. So again, not much light at the end of the tunnel right now for Tommy, especially Black Clover only got like 4 or 5 episodes left too. That's about to run out of episodes. My Hero Academia, best case scenario in three episodes in 3 weeks, you're gonna have to do something with My Hero Academia. Knowing them, they're just gonna rerun it again. Maybe even keep it at the front at this point. Paranoia Agent, still only like 6, 7 episodes of Paranoia Agent. Mob Psycho, it's like 8 episodes, 8, 9 episodes. But some people are still holding up hope that them having season 1 now implies that they're going to replace it with season 2. Considering Toonami's financial situation, I doubt it. I mean, really, I can't see much of a silver lining here. Ballmasters, I think, is a decent show from what I've seen, but it's not gonna pull in anime fans that much. And that's just not that good to see. And again, what do you guys think? What's your opinions on this announcement, on this decision by Toonami? Leave your opinions, leave your comments down below. I love reading them. If you like this content from more Toonami news, content like this, please like, please subscribe, please comment, and subscribe. I mixed up the order there, whatnot. And again, I am Super Orange Cat, and that is all.